The biggest mistake that people make when they have a weight loss goal and they start using MyFitnessPal is that they immediately cut down their calories. Before you do that, there's one important step that you shouldn't skip. And if you do skip that step, then there's a good chance that the calories that you're going to follow are completely wrong for you, either too low or not effective for your weight loss goals. The step that I'm talking about and that many people are missing is figuring out first how much they are eating before they start their weight loss. And the easiest way to find that out is to use MyFitnessPal app and log all your foods for at least a week. In this video, I'm going to show you how to track with MyFitnessPal, and I'm going to show you step by step so that you can do it properly. I'll walk you through a whole day of eating. I'll show you how to enter foods, how to change the units, adjust serving sizes, and much more. So let's get started. When you first get your MyFitnessPal up and running, the app will give you some calorie goals based on the weight loss goal that you put in. But actually, I want you to completely ignore it. Very often, the app recommends calories that are way too low. Instead of starting to immediately follow the calories that the app gave you, I want you to track your food intake for a week. Put everything into the app so that it gives you data that you can later use when you actually start your weight loss. For the next 7 days, track your food using MyFitnessPal and do it as accurately as possible. That means logging all your meals and snacks. It means logging all the drinks that have calories. And it also means weighing your foods as much as possible. The goal during this first week is not to change your eating yet. It's not to start dieting and cutting down. The goal is to simply get a really honest picture of your current intake. If you're wondering what to do after 7 days of tracking, then I'll walk you through the exact process in my calorie setup guide. This guide shows you how to set your calorie and protein target, which are the two most important things for your fat loss. You can grab that guide right now using the link below. Now back to MyFitnessPal. I'm going to show you exactly how to track your food and be really accurate with your tracking. One thing that I really want to emphasize is that please use the food scale as much as you can. Don't use units like cup or tablespoon or teaspoon. Don't also eyeball your food. Put everything on the scale as much as possible, because that way you will be really accurate, which will help you to be more accurate and successful also with your fat loss later. And that accuracy really matters because small errors can actually add up really quickly. All right, let's jump right into that tutorial. All right, let's go ahead and start logging our food. So remember, we just want to log everything that we ate without having any specific goals yet. We're just gathering data so that we know later how to cut our calories for weight loss. So what I'm going to do is to show you all day of logging and how to use MyFitnessPal and log super accurately. Okay, so when you open your app, this is what you first see. And you see that at the bottom of the screen, there is this plus button. Blue plus button, you cannot miss it. So hit that button and then your choices are here: log food, barcode scan, voice log, meal scan. We're gonna choose log food. Next, we're gonna select a meal. So I'm gonna hit that select a meal here, and then I see a drop down menu and I'm gonna choose breakfast because that's how we start our day, right? Now I'm gonna just start searching for those foods that I had this morning. And I'm gonna type in egg. So egg, here I see the second option that comes up is egg, 1 egg, right? So I'm gonna hit that. And then here, the serving size is 1 egg, and the number of servings is going to be how many eggs I had. So I had 2 eggs, so I'm gonna hit on that number 1 there. I can change it. So I'm gonna change it to 2. And now I'm gonna hit that log at the top right corner, log. And now this first breakfast item is logged. All right, what else I had? I had some avocado. So let's take a look at how to log that. So I'm gonna type in literally avocado. Okay, so now here we see some options. Avocado oil, that's not it. It's the avocado, right? It's the second one. And now I'm gonna hit that word. I'm not gonna hit that plus button, but just that word, avocado. Hit that. And then serving size is already set to grams, and that's perfect because we want to weigh everything in grams. However, if I just wanted to see what else is available there, I'm just going to hit on the 1 gram for a moment and show you what you don't want to use. You don't want to use one medium because who knows what the medium looks like, right? It could be all kinds of different sizes. Or you also don't want to use one slice, because what is that, right? So you don't know in grams. You also don't want to log in ounces. Grams are better because grams are more accurate. Gram is a smaller unit than an ounce. So I'm going to go with the 1 gram. The number of servings going to be how many grams I had. Let's say that I had 50 grams of avocado. Okay, that's now logged, and now I'm going to hit the log at the top right. Then I also had some Black Forest ham, and I'm going to type that in exactly like that. So Black Forest ham, okay? And the one that I had, I just want to make sure that I pick the right one. So the one that I use is from Costco, so I'm going to type in Costco too, so I get the right entry. Okay, so now I can see it. Yes, the Black Forest ham is here. So I'm going to hit that. And then here you see again, serving size is 2 ounces. Let's see if I can change it to grams. Yes, I can. So I'm going to change it to grams. And then I had 70 grams of that. So I'm going to change the number of servings to 70. All right. And that food is now logged as well. I'm also going to add some bagels. So as you may have seen, I have a lot of Costco shopping videos. This is where I buy my food. And I'm going to type in Costco everything bagel. Let's see if I can find it. Costco everything bagel. Okay. Let's see. Yes, I can see them here. So I'm going to click on that first one, everything bagel. And here you can see that the serving size is 1 bagel. Now, why we want to change it is that bagels can be different sizes. Some of them might be a little bigger, some of them smaller, although they look pretty similar in the bag, but it's still better to use grams if possible. So let's see if the serving size can be changed to 1 gram. Now, in this case, it doesn't give me other options. It doesn't let me change it to grams. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to go ahead and see if there's another entry that has grams listed. So I'm just going to go back, hitting that upper left corner. And I'm going to see if maybe the second one has. Also, this one doesn't have it. And then the third one doesn't have it either. But that last one, this one has it. So I can change the serving size to 1 gram. And then I can put in how much I had. So for example, I cut my bagel in half. I don't need the whole thing in the morning. So mine is actually going to be smaller than the full bagel size, which would be approximately 113 or whatever they say. Let's say that mine was 60 grams because I weighed it. Okay. And now I'm just going to log it. Okay. So now we have a bunch of breakfast items logged. Let's take a look. So I'm going to click that left upper corner there. And we see that right now with our breakfast, we have 38.8 grams of carbs, 21.7 fats, and 33.4 protein. So this was the breakfast. Let's continue. All right, let's say that now I did my workout. I'm going to come back and I'm going to have my snack. So I will hit again that button here and log food. And here we have to change the meal. So it's no longer breakfast, it's now a snack. So I'm going to choose that snack here and start logging. What I had as a snack was non-fat Greek yogurt. Again, it's Kirkland. So I'm going to see if I can find it. So Kirkland non-fat Greek yogurt. Now, serving size, I'm going to change it to 1 gram again. And I had 160 grams of that Greek yogurt. So that's what I put in. I like to have some crunch on my yogurt. So this is what I used. It's actually a salad topper, but it's nice and crunchy. It has sunflower seeds and dried cranberries in it. So I like to put a little sprinkle of that. So instead of logging like 1/4 of a cup, I'm going to get as close as I can with grams. So first, let's see if I can find this food. So this is Nature Source Organic Salad Topper. So this is what I'm going to type in here. Nature Source Organic Salad Topper. Okay, let's see if I can find it. So the first one here, I'm going to hit that. And I know that I had 20 grams. So I'm going to, again, serving size goes to 1 gram and number of servings will be 20 grams. Okay, and again, now I'm going to log it. And this item is now logged. All right, moving on to lunch. So here, again, at the top, we're going to change now to lunch. So hit lunch and log everything you had. For example, I'm going to log some sweet potatoes. And I'm going to type that in, sweet potato. And I'm also going to add in steamed. Steamed, because this is how I ate them. And I can see this first. entry here I've actually used in the past. That's why it pops up. I'm going to click on that, and serving size is already set to 1 gram. I'm just going to change the number of servings, and I'm going to put in 120, and I'm going to log it. Okay, then I also had this Real Good lightly breaded chicken strips, and this is exactly what I'm going to search. Just a quick note, if you have a barcode scanner, you can use that. Right now I'm just showing you how to do this manually. So Real Good breaded chicken strips. See, it actually comes up already because I've used it. So I'm going to hit that. And again, you can see that serving size is 1 gram. And how many servings then I had? I had 130 grams. This is when I type in here and then log. I had more avocado, so I'm going to type that in. Avocado. We already know how to log that, right? So here, avocado, and I'm going to have 45 grams of avocado. Then I had some cucumbers, typing that in, cucumber. Now I'm going to hit that first one. What we don't want to do is log that 1 cup, remember, because that's not accurate. We want to log grams. So again, I'm going to hit that gram option here. And then I had 50 grams. I'm also going to add some cherry tomatoes. Cherry tomatoes, okay. This is here. And again, 1 gram. And I had 85 grams and log. Then after lunch, I wanted to have something sweet. And let's say that I had this Godiva Masterpiece Dark Chocolate. Let's see if we can find it. So I'm gonna type it in exactly. And if you have the barcode option, you can also just scan with your phone, scan the barcode. If you don't have that option, you just have to type it in manually. So I'm gonna type in exactly what it says. So this is exactly what I'm going to type in to find the right food. All right, let's see how this goes. Dark chocolate with, and I'm gonna put the Godiva at the end too. All right, let's see if we can find it. Okay, cool. And the first one here, I'm gonna tap on that, and I can also check if the label matches up with that. And yes, it does, right? It's exactly the same information that is here, so that's how I know it's the right one. And I can change that 3 pieces to 1 piece, and I had 2 of them. And I'm gonna log it. So now everything that I had with lunch is now logged. Next, let's log some more snacks. Change that to snack 2. And we're gonna add our next foods. So here I have Bearbell's Minty Chocolate Protein Bar. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can find it. I'm gonna type it in exactly. So Bearbell's Minty Chocolate Protein Bar. And that first one looks like that's it. I'm gonna hit that. And I'm gonna make sure that it matches up with what's on the nutrition label. So this one says 8 grams of fat, yes, 16 protein, yes, 23 protein, that's the one. Then I also had a couple of those little Babybel cheeses. So let's see if I can find these. All right, let's see. Yes, so I had the light version, so I'm gonna type in light here too. Okay, I found it, light cheese. Okay, so I'm gonna hit on that first one, and I had 2 pieces. So this piece will stay the same, and I'm just gonna switch to 2 here. So now this is logged as well. And I also had some blueberries. So I'm gonna type in blueberries. And if I can, I'm gonna type in exactly what I had. So I had Costco frozen blueberries. So this is what I'm gonna search for. Made a little typo here. Okay, frozen blueberries here. Let's see if I can change. No. Let's look at the third one. Yes, this one works. So I'm gonna hit that, 1 gram, and I had 100 grams. Now I'm gonna log it. Okay, log my snacks. And finally, let's log some dinner foods. So again, I'm gonna go to the top, change the meal, and I'm gonna choose dinner now. The first thing I'm going to log is cooked brown rice. And I'm gonna type that in, cooked brown rice. Okay, so this first entry here, let's hit that and see if the grams option is available. Yes, luckily it is. I'm gonna hit that 1 gram. Let's say it was 100 grams of brown rice and log. Then I also had some salmon. So I'm gonna type that in, salmon, and see what we can find here. But it doesn't also have grams available, so we have to choose a different entry. Let's see if there's another entry that allows us to use grams. So I'm gonna hit that second one, and let's see, it gives us 4 ounces, but it also gives us 1 gram, as you can see. So I'm gonna switch to the gram, and then now the number of servings, let's say it's 150 grams, and I'm gonna log it. Don't forget oils and dressings, because they have the most calories and fat. They have to be logged. So I used avocado oil. I'm gonna type that in. Okay, so this first one here, let's see, serving size 1 tablespoon. Let's see if I can change it to grams, or milliliters will work as well for liquid. So I'm gonna choose actually a milliliter, and I used 15. I'm gonna log it. Then I also like to put some butter on my rice. So I'm gonna add Kerrygold butter. Okay, let's see this first one here, and I used 10 grams. So I'm gonna change the serving size to 1 gram and change the number of servings to 10. Then I also had some Brussels sprouts. I'm gonna type that in too. Brussels sprouts. And I had them steamed, so let's see if I can find steamed. Yes, I did. So I'm gonna hit on the first one, see if we can change it to grams. Yes, we can. And that's gonna be 100 grams, let's say. And I also had some broccoli, so steamed broccoli. All right, serving size is 1 gram, and we had 60 grams of steamed broccoli. Let's say after dinner we wanted to have a little something sweet, and we had a couple of those Heavenly Hunks pieces. If you had them, you know they're super delicious. So I'm gonna type it in, Heavenly Hunks. Let's see. Yes, I can find it here. So the first entry here looks good. They are pretty similar in size. So let's say that I had 2 of them, and I'm gonna log it. And because these Heavenly Hunks cookies go so well with milk, I'm gonna also add some raw milk. I'm gonna type in raw milk because that's what I like. And the first one here should work. Let's see, can we change to a gram? Yes, we can. And I had 150 grams, and I'm gonna log it. Okay, so now I have logged everything that I ate in 1 day. And next you can look at your nutrition. So when you hit that nutrition button at the bottom left, you'll see calories, and you see how many calories you got. And when we add them up, then we get 2,206. This is the amount of calories that, based on this food log, we ate. And you can also hit that macros tab there. Here you can see your macros, and you can see your carbs and fats and proteins, how much of these you got. For example, if you are somebody who weighs 160 pounds and you only got 90 grams of protein, this is quickly your first sign that you have to increase your protein intake. After you've logged 7 days, you can then set this at the top where you see day view. You can set that to week view, and you're gonna see what your 7-day averages were, how many calories, how many macros you got. And this information is now super important because it will tell you what you have to do in your cut in order to start losing weight. Now you should know how to log your food. Go ahead and do that for at least 1 week, just like I mentioned before. Once you have the data ready, then you can start cutting your calories. At this point, you already know what your intake looks like. So you're making adjustments from an informed place instead of copying somebody else's calories or going on a random diet or following the app's guidelines. If you're wondering how much you should now cut your calories in order to see weight loss, go ahead and get my free guide, the Calorie Setup Guide. It walks you through exactly how to set your calorie goal and your protein goal, which are the 2 most important things when it comes to weight loss. One important thing about this approach that I teach is that it focuses on balance. This is not a super restrictive diet such as keto or carnivore or anything else that eliminates some foods or some macronutrient groups almost entirely. Instead, we include all 3 macronutrients, fats, carbs, and proteins, so that your diet stays balanced. Your body needs a variety of nutrients in order to function well. When entire food groups or one entire macro group is eliminated, it usually leads to nutritional deficiencies, massive cravings, overeating, and being on this dieting cycle where you're dieting and then you're stopping and you're starting again. This is not what I want for you. A balanced approach, like the one that I'm teaching, makes weight loss so much more sustainable and it's so much easier to stick with long term. If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, and be sure to check out the next video as well.